Hello everybody, this is Guark back with another F1 My Team career mode. This time, as Jack Crawford, we're at Miami. It is a sprint weekend, there is a lot going on. I have not done this for a week, and my head hurts. So, let's get into it. So, there is a lot going on. Ow. Anyway, we've brought our setup. We are going to go and do our sprint qualifying in a second. I don't know. Here we are coming out of the garage. You would notice straight away there is no volume. That's because I'm an idiot. But oh well. But coming out of the pits, we're no longer out of the pits. We are on the back straight. We are warming up for our fast lap. Weaving, bobbing, whatever you want to call it. Setting off the yellow flags all over the shop. We're in hot lap ERS mode. We're on standard fuel mix. We are coming around the hairpin, through the S's, and onto the main straight. Taking a little bit of a wide line, trying to see if we can get any extra speed out of the car just before we get to the line. And into turn one, it's not really the greatest of lines through there, I'm going to be honest. And through the rest of the series of the first corners, it's alright. I mean, there's not really much to go off. It's my banker lap, so. You know, there's no purple sectors. Teammates right behind us as well, so that's fun. Through the chicane, we're a little bit slidey as well. Once we get into the sprint race, you'll realise we do have a setup problem. But for now, it seems quite fine, to be honest. Going around the hairpin again, into the final two corners, and across the line. We are dead last and 7 tenths behind the Saubers. But to be fair, only 4 of us have set a lap, so 5 of us have set a lap. 11 of us have set a lap. We are still last. On to our second lap for the sprint qualifying then. Obviously still on the same tyres and everything of the last lap, so not much has changed. But already we get a little bit more time on the main straight. Let's see, can we convert that through the first corner? No, but we can convert it through the first sector. Go around the long left-hander, it's a really good line through there. It was a lot better than the last lap. And in the end, we do improve on our first sector, and we are 2 tenths up, 4 tenths up once we get to the end of the second sector. Can we find any more time through the slow section of sector 2? 4 tenths up, 5 tenths up by the hairpin. 6 tenths up, 7 tenths up, oh hello. We're no longer going to be last. 14th, we have only passed both Saubers. We are still... Saubers aren't really an F1 car, so we're technically last. That's like us beating Prima. Like, you know, they're in F2, we're in F1, we should really be beating them. On to our actual lap, and one thing I forgot about, you only have one set of softs for sprint quali, so as you can see, we're on the mediums. And for future reference, in sprint qualifying, we should do our 2 laps on the mediums, and then do our quick final lap on the softs. We need to remember that for the future. Coming to the end of our out lap again, back onto the hot lap, back onto the standard fuel mix, coming around the hairpin, and around the final couple of corners. We don't find the greatest grip because we are on the lower grip tyres. Hopefully we still find something green, and already we do. It's less than a tenth up on the edge of the main straight. Finally we find a tenth, we find 2 tenths, we find 3 tenths, we find 4 tenths, we find 7, 8, oh yes, and we've lost all. Wow. Qualifying is over, so if you cross the line now, you cannot do another lap. So this is the be all or end all, and we find a whole second on this medium tyre. Of course, track improvement playing a part in that as well. We lose a little bit of time for the back straight, and we're about 9/10 up. Can we gain anything on the final corner? No. So quite a low grip final corner, really. And in the end, we're only about 7/10 up. So that puts us P14. That's decent. It's better than where we were expecting, considering the soft tyre runs. So can't complain. Can he complain? Into the actual sprint race now. There was a Ferrari on pole off Charles Leclerc, then Piastri and Verstappen, then Norris. We skipped the whole Crofty intro just because we forgot to turn the volume on. Everyone's on the medium. Tsunoda's 17th, Russell's 16th. That's about everything. That's pretty important. Although Albon and Gasly 5th and 6th, that's pretty decent. Ahead of Antonelli and Hamilton. And there is us. That is the Jack Crawford. Coming round that final hairpin and through the S as we go. Setting ourselves back up onto the grid. I'm sure the front 10 has already set themselves there, most probably. And there we are on the outside shot as well. Going into our grid slot. Both the Saubers lining up on the back row. We're lined up 14th. 5 red lights are lit. And we are racing in Miami. And we get a decent start. It's about equals Esteban Ocon, who instantly comes over to block us off. But we send it down the inside anyway. It's the F1 25 online lobbies dive down the inside of turn 1. It's pretty decent. We get past Stroll. We get past Alonso as well. But Carlos Sainz has beat us out through turn 3. And he's already got a little bit of a gap to us. And both the Aston Martins are already putting something onto us. As through turn 5 we go, we are massively understeering in the dirty air. And that's what we were talking about on the setup. We are not good in the dirty air. I was coming onto the thing, and it's not a straight. I don't know what it is. But yeah. Managed to get up to the top speed of the car anyway. Following on the back of Carlos Sainz, nothing that grand with it, although we do get a little bit of a slide onto the next lap then, back onto this not so straight. Both Aston Martins really close behind us just after the DRS zone is activated. Lance Stroll gets ahead of us, Alonso wants to go wheel to wheel, we're going to go 3 wide into turn whatever the hell this is. Lance Stroll tries to block us off, he also tries to block off his teammate. We're still 3 wide. Finally, Alonso gets through on Stroll, and Stroll defends the place against us, and Lawson's already onto the back of us as well. As onto the back straight, can we get anything off of Stroll again into the braking zone? Stroll blocks us off. Alonso locks up though. Lance Stroll has to brake even harder to avoid hitting his teammate, and we get through on Lance Stroll. Onto the main straight, can we get anything off Alonso as well? No, because he's too far ahead. As we see onto lap 3, there is a Sauber that has stopped. This yellow flag is ahead of us as well, because it's Alexander Albon who has also blown up. So 2 separate sectors, 2 separate DNFs, all in the same lap. It's going to be a safety car once Alex Albon pulls to a stop. I imagine there it is. Albon is out, and it's a red flag. Wow. I was expecting a safety car, not a full red. But anyway, can we do anything with this? We're being told to go back on and do another 5 laps on the mediums. There's no weather warnings or anything. We decided to actually have a look at the soft. It's only 5 laps. Surely we can do something. I'm pretty sure we're the only car that's going to be starting on the softs then. As for the second time in a sprint race, we are racing in Miami. This time starting from P10, we already lose a place. Is going down the inside of Alonso and Carlos Sainz. We have the inside line. Do we have anything to do with it? We get blocked off by Carlos Sainz, who's pushed by his other Spaniard, Fernando Alonso, and now they're battling. And George Russell has been overtaken by us as well. And once again, the dirty air just through turn 4 and 5 really not come into play for us. but we still managed to stick on the back of Alonso anyway. Onto the not so straight. George Russell was right up our back end. And we're just having a look, can we get past Fernando Alonso? He's about 4.5 tenths ahead of us. Are we going to dive it? No, we're not. We're going to stick it to the racing line, through the long right-hander, and onto the lap 7 then. Well, once again, onto the not so straight. The Mercedes, who is obviously faster than us anyway, finally gets past us. He gets P10, we drop to P11. Lance Stroll's now behind us, followed by Esteban Ocon. I think if we actually had a setup that could deal with dirty air through these medium speed corners, maybe the tyres would come into play. But between the normally slow car anyway, and the lack of a good setup, it isn't looking like a fast car as Lance Stroll gets ahead of us just a lap later. Esteban Ocon just pouring vinegar onto the cut. Although we do get back past the Haas. It's only P12 though, it's not going to be a points finish. We braze the wall on the inside as well. And through this chicane we have a massive double snap. Esteban Ocon gets past, Ollie Behrman gets past, Liam Lawson now right behind us as well. This race is getting from bad to worst to nuclear warning. I don't even know how to describe what I'm seeing in this sprint race from us. Out of ERS was trying to overtake Ollie Behrman. Lawson's got to the inside. We're now free abreast again. And okay, right. And Carlos Sainz is sideways. So, can we do anything with that? So, dot yellow flags. We're veering to go. Ollie Behrman doesn't want to go though. We get past a couple of cars, including George Russell again. We have to follow Fernando Alonso through. We have an illegal overtake on Carlos Sainz. So, we're going to do a Max Verstappen. Because what else do you do in this situation? You let him past, and then you drive straight back past him. Trying to keep that gap to Fernando Alonso as well, seeing if we can get DRS, although our plan didn't even work against Carlos Sainz, so what am I talking about, seeing it if we can get past Fernando Alonso. Jesus Christ. Onto the back straight, Ollie Behrman once again getting past us. And we're back down into P12 again. And it looks like we're staying there, as we have a 2.5 second gap to the car behind us, and there's only one lap left. And we do cut to that final lap. Charles Leclerc has won the sprint, Verstappen P2, and I believe it was Norris in P3. But this was a race to remember. A race to not remember, sorry. P12, it's disappointing. We did gain places. We got driver of the day, apparently. But if it wasn't for the race starts, we wouldn't have gained any positions. It's dive down the inside, gain 5, and then throughout the race you lose 3. We're changing the setup just a little bit to be a little bit more grippy. And just have a look, hey, can we work on our medium speed corners? Can we handle the dirty air just a little bit more? And I think we have dealt with that perfectly. We skipped the time because it's currently raining. And it should be sunny in 5 minutes. Skipping to that 5-minute time, we have a look on board with Oscar Piastri. It looks dry out there, to be fair, and he is on the dries as well. So should we follow what looks like to also be a Mercedes along with Piastri on the soft tyres? We just do 1 lap. We don't have enough time to do our 2 lap. Come in and do a 1 lap. We forget to switch the tyres, so we have to go back and have a look, put on the soft tyres. Because yeah, we're still on the inters from when it was 10 of us. And finally, we see, oh, volume's not turned on, so now we have volume. I'm sorry for that. There's a couple of people that have moved over to the dry side, but the track might still be a little bit moist, a little bit wet. There might be a little bit, you know. Yes, the air is dry now, but the track might still have a little bit of moisture on it. As we come on to our first lap in the main race qualifying, we still see there's a lot of drivers still on the intermediate tyres. There's us. on the dries, on the softs, on the fast. As we come to the end of Sector 1 through the long left-hander, the setup already feels a little bit better and we go purple in the first sector. Talk about track development. And I note Piastri is on the softs as well, so maybe it's actual pace. We found the setup. Coming through the chicane, underneath the bridge, and to the end of Sector 2, it's another purple. Coming around that final couple of corners already, there's a couple of cars coming out the pit lane. There's about 6 minutes left to qualifying or something. It's definitely not 5 minutes, so tell me in the top right. And come to the end, we are fastest, and we are faster than Verstappen, Antonelli, Piastri and Albon on the same tyres. And the Saubers are coming out as well. They realise soft tyres are the way to play. We go back to the pit lane. We change our tyres to another new set of softs. And we have a look. Can we do something with it?
Checks complete. Everyone be aware, we've got a car leaving the garage.
Leaving the pit lane once again. See another couple of cars coming out of the pit lane. And we nearly hit the back of the Alpine. That would have been bad. We have about 2 minutes 20 left of qualifying to at least get to the line. Everyone is on the soft now, and it is track development, because as you can see, both Saubers are ahead of us, and I believe it would be Gasly who left the pit lane last, just ahead of us. Because now we've gone through the final couple of corners again. Track development should say that this track is even better now compared to what we faced. It might still have been a little bit moist, and as you can see, that is completely true, because we find 7 tenths already. We've lost all of it, but we did find 7 tenths in the first sector. There it is. About we were 666 up in the first sector, and we found a second through the middle sector. We hit the wall as well. We cut the chicane as much as we can. We are 1 second, a whole second up on this first sector. We lose some of it though coming onto the back straight. We are 9 tenths up still on this back straight. DRS open, ERS using all to its limit. Coming around that final hairpin. 2 more corners to play up. And keep that second up, DRS open, ERS using all the way to the line. And we are... how the hell are we 19th? That's what I mean, we're a whole second up on our lap time that put us 4th, and we finished 19th. Yuka Tsunoda's on pole though. Esteban Ocon is P4 again. That Haas is for some reason good.
Welcome to the Miami International Autodrome.
And here we go. We finally get to see an intro with Crofty speaking.
This exciting track circumnavigates the Hard
Crofty,
Rock
you can take
Stadium,
over.
home to the National Football League outfit, the Miami Dolphins. With great opportunities for wheel-to-wheel battles featuring 19 corners, 3.36 miles long, and expected average speeds of 138 miles an hour, the Miami International Autodrome will be sure to create lots of chances to overtake. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Yuki Tsunoda lines up on pole position. And starting next to them is George Russell. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Ocon, Pierre Gasly and Verstappen, Sainz, Norris, Behrman and Fernando Alonso, Leclerc, Piastri, Andrea Kimi Antonelli and Stroll, Lawson, Verschoor, Jack Crawford and Jack Doohan, Bortoletto, Hadja, Albon and Nico Hülkenberg rounds off the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
So as you can see, both Williams along with Hülkenberg having grid penalties, so that sets us up into 17th, which is pretty decent. Sainz is still in the top 10, but Albon and Hülkenberg starting on the back row of the grid. Moves us up 2 places. We changed set up the strategy, Jesus Christ, from hard medium medium to medium hard medium.
Here we go then.
And there's probably going to be some changes in there because there was rain expected as well. Everyone is on the medium tyres except for Sainz on the softs, Stroll on the softs, Verschoor on the hards, and Doohan on the hards. So everyone's going with a medium starting strategy. What do I keep on saying setup? How is the race going to play out though? You'd hope pretty good. Obviously. Bro, someone needs to tell Lord I'm Jack Crawford that he's allowed to blink on the formation lap. I know F1 drivers blink like 10 times in 2 minutes, but you're allowed to blink on the formation lap there, buddy. I don't actually think he blinked once, and that was pretty scary. We're starting barely behind Piastri as well. Grid is a little bit random. Piastri's 12th, Anthony's 13th. The red lights are on, and it was a quick getaway, and we are racing in Miami already. It's a decent start once again, about following our teammate. We're on the other side of Lawson to our teammate. We're going to go round the outside of Lawson, and then Antonelli, we grazed the wall as well into the braking zone, and we nearly hit the back of Charles Leclerc as well, and that struggle to come at us already. And once again, the Aston Martin's being a nuisance as we come round into turn 4 and 5, and already the setup is looking a little bit better in the dirt. Yeah, that's good, that's decent. Coming on to the not so straight now at the end of sector 1, starting sector 2, ERS being used all the time through what should be a DRS zone starting next lap. And Antonelli looking to challenge us, maybe looking at the inside line. He does look at the inside line. Does he go for it? Yes, he does. Finally. Doesn't get past us though. Wasted opportunity there for the Italian driver. As we are now going through a very, very slow section. Lance Stroll ahead of us, Leclerc and Alonso battling ahead of them. And maybe slowing all of us up from the rest of the grid. And already then driving down his back straight. There's going to be battles happening all the time. Leclerc, Alonso, then it's Stroll and us. Maybe us and Alonso. Coming down into the braking zone, we're on the inside of Leclerc. No, we're not. We're only going to look at getting past Stroll. We touch the back of Charles Leclerc, push him ahead of Alonso. And now we look at getting past Alonso. He nearly closes the door on us. Doesn't realise that we're actually wheel to wheel with him. Coming down onto the main straight again. End of lap 1, start of lap 2. And we get ahead of both Aston Martins. Anthony got past Lance Stroll as well, and Fernando Alonso trying to get that past us through the first couple of corners, and he does do that perfectly as well. And Anthony's already back onto the back of his DRS wide open though, and we look down the inside of Fernando Alonso again on the braking zone of the not so straight. We are ahead of Fernando Alonso up to P12. As through the slow section we come, cutting that chicane all the time as much as we can. And we're in the DRS of Ollie Behrman as well, so this should help us even more. We're not just defending against Alonso. Okay, we're not defending against Alonso. I would say getting past Ollie Behrman, but it doesn't look like we can do either. Alonso squeezes us to the wall. And already overhead you can see the dark grey clouds just to the right of us. Antonelli on the right side of us coming down the not so straight. In the middle of lap 3, does he get ahead of us? We take the curve and he does not get ahead of us. Meanwhile Alonso getting past Ollie Behrman. Ollie Behrman's lost all the time to Fernando Alonso. Using DRS from Ollie Behrman, who locks up and we go through on Ollie Behrman. I must say we were getting challenged by Kimi Antonelli. So thanks to Behrman, who not only let us through, but I'm pretty sure blocked Antonelli as well. And that is massively helpful. We're up into P11, we have just a good gap to them. There's yellow flags, and if you look at the map, there's a black car slowing down, which is obviously our teammate. That's not good, as we also get a warning for exceeding track limits. We are now the only car from the Formula 1 team. We're coming into the pits on lap 9. Perfectly through. into the pit lane. Hulkenberg behind us in the pitch. Russell and Alonso ahead of us in the pits. And there's also Gasly and Ocon, Sainz in the pits. We come into the pit box then. And we cannot seem to do a pit stop for the life of us. I'm pretty sure every single race we've had some sort of error in the pit lane. And it means we've lost places to Ocon, we've lost places to Stroll, we've lost places to Antonelli, I'm pretty sure, we've lost places to a lot of drivers. And Hulkenberg is now on the back of us, and just for good measure, on the not so straight, there is Nico Hulkenberg getting past us. It's not the true position of P18 yet, but it's still going to be not where we wanted to be before the pit stop. Of course, we were P11 when we pitted. We're now P15. And we also changed strategy, so we did medium, and maybe have a look to go into intermediates if there's a safety car or something later in the race. Just hold out. Oh, geez. No damage, but maybe damage to his confidence, maybe. He had to cut the corner as well. So now he's going straight this time, brakes on time. This has not been a good weekend at all for us. There's another yellow flag at the back. No, it's not a green flag, well, it's a yellow flag. And a red flag. We've seen all the colours today. We have a black and white flag for exceeding track limits. We've seen yellow flags, we've seen green flags, and now, twice this weekend, but first time in the race, is a red flag. Being advised to go to the hards. But as you can see, as we will be starting on P17, rain will be incoming. So we're going to go to the softs, and that hard tyre is going to be a placeholder for the intermediates, hopefully. So once again, the red lights are off, and we are racing in Miami for the 4th time this weekend then. And once again, we picked the outside of Antonelli for turn 1. There's also going to be for Nico Hulkenberg and maybe Pierre Gasly as well, and up into P12, up into P11. Hard tyres are not a good starting time to get off from that grid box, but it is good for us on the soft tyres. Leclerc is also on the mediums as well, as I just saw there. As we're trying to follow Leclerc through, we got past Piastri. And we are sticking to our own strategy, talking to Marcus massively messed us up as well. We asked for the weather report, Hulkenberg on the back of us, Gasly on the back of us as well. Distracted, talking about the weather, and the Titanic has hit an iceberg again. And we dive off of the racing line, and that is most definitely the end of the race for us. 10 laps remaining. The VSC is not going to carry us to the pit lane. We have a look. What tyres can we go to? The mediums are used. Shall we use the mediums until the wet weather comes? If the wet weather will even be effective enough. Looks like we're sticking to mediums. Then we're going to brand new hard tyres, ones that we should have been starting this restart on. We also have a look at the softs they're also used. It might be my qualifying tyres, but we're not having the gamble on that one. We decided to go to the new hard. The VSC ends. So now it's all back to racing, and missing a front wing is not going to be easy for us. As we come into the pit lane now. Let's hope, can we have a better pit stop at least, even though we are changing the wings, so nothing will really matter. And of course we have also 21st and last. Optimal turning, but it's not going to matter for us. Actually do get a good pit stop if it wasn't for changing the front wing as well.
Okay, let's go now. Come on. That was a fantastic
And the
stop.
gap to Ollie Behrman at the back
Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those
is
tyres.
25 seconds. That is not a good gap at all. And the wet weather does not look anywhere near imminent. this is not a good race at all. And if you want to add, once again, vinegar to the cut, even though we're already burning, snap of oversteer, we lose another 3 seconds and we decide that's enough of the weekend. Thank you very much, see you tomorrow. So a double DNF for our team. And that's it. And we have been easily the worst team this weekend. 12th and what I want to say 18th in the sprint and double DNF in the main race. Yuki Tsunoda's won. Max Verstappen P2. And I want to say Lando Norris P3. Lando Norris was P2, Verstappen was P3, sorry. Charles Leclerc P4. Hamilton P5. Interested where that Haas finish is, but it doesn't look like we cared at the time. Going to the standings. Crawford 11th and Verschoor 15th, sorry. And our team looking at 7th, and Williams is right up our backside of that one. But that is the end of the Miami Grand Prix. Back to the HQ, let's do our upgrades. Let's see, can we get anything? Anything at all? Do we want anything at all?
Chief, I must remind you that we have parts fully researched that are
We have
waiting
another
for
message. A
development.
weekend to forget,
Let's
that is
get that
correct.
performance on the car.
Williams have actually started a proper rivalry with us. That is not good news. We also have a couple of upgrades, maybe, and yep, the rivalry notification as well. Music in the background sounds really good, sped up, I must say. But we're doing the upgrades. We actually have a lot of failures as well. We make new upgrades. Now we can do 3 upgrades to a couple of our different development teams. I'm really messing up with my words today. And there was someone talking to us, which was lovely sounding. I must say, I don't even want to talk, I'm enjoying the music. And there we are. So the Imola Grand Prix is our next one. We have some owner training to do. And we decided to put the upgrade on to receive 20 resource points each time a research project encounters a delay. That sounds likely, so let's get an achievement for it. We have a new pit crew as well. That's good, so we stop having failures, hopefully. Now I definitely don't want failures this weekend whilst in the pits, because Imola is by far my best track. With it being my best track, we're also going to be driving as Richard Verschoor, so Verschoor expect at least a podium, okay? But also this does mark the end of the video with us starting the next race. So, everyone, please subscribe, please, I beg, please subscribe. Like, because you can, remember everything is free, as always. So, thank you for watching. Thank me for going through that hellhole of a Miami Grand Prix. I'll see you next time in Imola. Thank you and goodbye.
Bye-bye!